Welcome to Know It All, a place to connect with researchers to answer all questions on health, science, technology, business, culture, and more. This episode on What is the Kentucky Derby was created for you by Isaiah. In this topic, Know It All will answer: what is the Kentucky Derby? What horses compete in the Derby? How do you bet on the Kentucky Derby? What is it like to attend the Kentucky Derby? What food and drinks are consumed at the Derby? What are some famous Kentucky Derby moments? The Kentucky Derby is an annual horse racing event that takes place on the first Saturday of May at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. This event is a significant part of American culture and has been called the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. The Kentucky Derby is the first race of the Triple Crown of thoroughbred racing, which also includes the Preakness Stakes and the Belmont Stakes. The Kentucky Derby was first run in 1875 and has been held every year since. The event is steeped in tradition, and the horses that run in the race are some of the best in the world. The race is held on the first Saturday of May at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. The track is 1¼ miles long, and the horses race around it in a counterclockwise direction. The race is open to 3-year-old thoroughbreds, and they must qualify to participate in the event. To qualify for the Kentucky Derby, horses must earn points by placing in specific races leading up to the event. The horses with the most points are then eligible to run in the race. The Kentucky Derby is limited to 20 horses, and if more than 20 horses qualify, the owners of those horses must choose which ones to run in the race. The Kentucky Derby is not only one of the most prestigious horse races in the world, but it is also one of the most lucrative. The prize money for the Kentucky Derby is over $3 million, with the winner receiving over $2 million. The prize money is distributed among the top 5 finishers, with the second-place finisher receiving over $600,000, and the third-place finisher receiving over $300,000. The horses that run in the Kentucky Derby are some of the most impressive animals in the world. They are bred and trained specifically for this event, and their owners and trainers invest a lot of time and money to ensure that they are in top shape for the race. The horses that run in the Kentucky Derby are 3-year-old thoroughbreds, which means that they are still relatively young and inexperienced. However, they have already shown great promise in other races leading up to the Kentucky Derby, and their owners and trainers believe that they have what it takes to win. The contenders for the Kentucky Derby are carefully selected, and each one has a unique story. Some horses have come from humble beginnings and have been trained by small-time trainers, while others are owned by billionaires and trained by world-renowned trainers. The horses come from all over the country and even from other parts of the world, and they all have one thing in common: they are all hoping to win the Kentucky Derby. Betting on the Kentucky Derby is a significant part of the event, and millions of dollars are wagered on the race each year. The betting process is quite complicated, and there are many different types of bets that can be placed. Some people bet on the horses to win, while others bet on them to place or show. There are also exotic bets, such as exactas and trifectas, which require the bettor to pick the exact order of the top 2 or 3 finishers. Attending the Kentucky Derby is an experience like no other. The event is not only about the horse race, but it is also about the atmosphere, the traditions, and the fashion. Many people who attend the Kentucky Derby do so for the social aspect of the event, and they spend the day drinking mint juleps and enjoying the company of their friends and family. One of the most iconic aspects of the Kentucky Derby is the fashion. Attendees are expected to dress in their finest attire, with women often donning extravagant hats and men wearing dapper suits. The tradition of wearing hats dates back to the early years of the Kentucky Derby, when women would wear hats to protect themselves from the sun. Over time, the hats became more elaborate, and they are now a crucial aspect of the fashion at the event. In addition to the hats, attendees also wear pastel colors, as these are considered traditional for the Kentucky Derby. Women often wear floral dresses, while men wear brightly colored blazers and ties. The fashion at the Kentucky Derby is a celebration of spring, with light colors and flowy fabrics making up the majority of outfits. Another aspect of the Kentucky Derby that adds to the event's charm is the various traditions associated with it. For example, the playing of My Old Kentucky Home is a significant moment during the race. This song, written by Stephen Foster in 1853, has become synonymous with the Kentucky Derby and is played as the horses are led onto the track. It is a sentimental and emotional moment that serves as a reminder of the event's rich history and cultural significance. Food and drinks are also a crucial part of the Kentucky Derby experience. The official drink of the Kentucky Derby is the mint julep, which is made with bourbon, sugar, water, and mint. This refreshing cocktail has been a part of the Kentucky Derby since the early years of the event, and is an essential aspect of the experience. Many attendees enjoy sipping on mint juleps throughout the day, as they watch the races and socialize with friends and family. In addition to the mint julep, there are also various food options available at the Kentucky Derby. One of the most popular dishes is the Kentucky Hot Brown, which is an open-faced sandwich that includes turkey, bacon, and Mornay sauce. Other popular foods at the event include barbecue, fried chicken, and various Southern-style dishes. While the fashion and traditions of the Kentucky Derby add to the event's charm, it is ultimately the race itself that draws people in. Over the years, there have been many famous moments from the Kentucky Derby that have become part of the event's lore. Perhaps the most famous of these is Secretariat's record-breaking win in 1973. Secretariat set a new record for the fastest time in the history of the Kentucky Derby, finishing the race in just under 2 minutes. Another memorable moment from the Kentucky Derby's history is the 2005 race, which was won by the long-shot horse Jacamo. Jacamo's win was unexpected, as he was given odds of 50-1 to win the race. However, he surged ahead in the final moments of the race, surprising everyone and earning his place in Kentucky Derby history. Thank you for listening. For more answers to questions on health, science, technology, business, culture and more, don't forget to subscribe to Know It All.